Hi, I'm not yet dead, and welcome back to On the Road. So, well, yeah, we're on the road again. Oh, I'm sorry, it's never going to get boring. Maybe it will. Anyway, right, handbrake off. Let's go. So yeah, I'll do a little catch up. Oh, have I not put the tachograph in? I'm in trouble now. Right, hang on. Let's just do that a second. We'll just pull over and stop for a sec, and let's figure out what's going on. I'm just going to bump up on the curb, let people go past. Oh, hey, harsh. I was just about to sort it out. Right, handbrake. Handbrake. How did that come up? Oh, that came up because of that. Okay, fine. So anyway, right, do that. We could do this. Look, we could do this. Let's do that. Right, tachograph. Card in, out. Change mode. Accept. Driving time 4 hours 55 minutes. Right, while we're at it. Oh no, sorry, wrong one. No. Oh. I didn't know you got penalty. I mean, it kind of makes sense if you think about it. But anyway. Oh, and actually, we don't really want this either. Sorry, my dreams of doing this organised and being. I didn't know it was going to do that. Anyway, so while we're at it, let's have a quick look. I don't know why it looks up in the sky when you do that. So, bit of a recap. Last time I saw you, we were in Stuttgart, and I'd picked up some stuff. I actually decided to do the return trip. So I did the return trip. We came back to München, and whilst in München, I picked up some stuff. So we've got some dog food to deliver here in Nuremberg to Brutto Discount, which is where we're on our way to. So I've done this stretch from Munich to Nuremberg, and that's where we're heading now. So we're going to Brutto to drop off the dog food. And then after that, we've got to drive to Kassel at the truck service near Kassel thing, which is all the way up here somewhere, where we're going to deliver some headlights, of all things. So yeah, so I've done a little bit of I've done a little bit of in between, and it's basically where we are. So yeah, I just thought I'd get us into Nuremberg. It was a nice drive actually. I will do that drive on video at some point. I mean, there's loads of stuff all over the place, deliveries here, there and everywhere. So I will do that drive again. I just thought I'd get us part way in and just do something a little bit different. I'll keep trying to vary it. I'll keep doing bits in between. I'll just, I'll do what I can to keep it interesting. It's going to be quite a long drive to Kassel, so might do jump cuts, might do a little bit of time lapse here or there. Don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm just kind of making this up as I go along. I'll do, as I said last time in the first episode, need to figure out some good journey music for us to. I was afraid that might happen. Much better off using the handbrake. So I need to find us some journey music so that we can have some good driving music to go along with any time lapse typey stuff that we might do. We'll see how we do. Hopefully for you, I'll have been what? Since when? How? Hey. It's funny, first run I did was completely clean. I got no damage, nothing. I haven't had a clean run since, which is not good, really. But there you go. Yeah, the ride back to Munich was a bit of a struggle, to be fair. I was literally seconds away from making the drop. I couldn't quite figure out where to do it, and I had to sleep. It actually switched the truck off. I actually had to sleep. Straight on is this lane. So I had to rest for 9 hours or whatever it is before I could actually do the delivery, which I thought was a bit weird. But there you go. Got to abide by the rules. Now, that's 2 naughty things I've done already in this episode, and we've only been going for 4 minutes. But there you go. These things happen. Right, so Brutto we need to find. It's quite extensive. Nuremberg. Been driving through it for a little while. Hang on. Right, straight on this time is left. There we go, keep a rolling start, good. How are we doing for fuel? Yeah. Is that halfway? Can't quite read that. got the thing up again. I didn't really want it. It's because we got some damage. It's a bit annoying. It keeps coming up. Yeah, and actually that 4 hours might not even be enough to get us where we need to go. Right, this time we need to be in the right-hand lane to go straight on. So I've now just blocked the left-hand lane. Apologies. Hopefully no one's wanting to go left. Put it into, make sure we get it into neutral or forwards, otherwise it's going to sit beeping at us. Come on, lights, let's have it. It's quite nice driving through. It's a little bit different. I say it's certainly a bit more extensive than Munich is. Though I guess Munich, to be fair, is not a big city. I've never been to Nuremberg, but sorry, just taking a sip of tea from my travel mug. Right, here we are, coming up on Brutto then. Let's take it steady, that's just coming up on the speed limit, 50. And it's late again. I managed to sleep through the day and drive through the night. At some point I'll sort that out. Mind you, we'll be finishing at 2 in the morning. It's not going to be quite so bad this time. Last time I was literally driving through the night. I drove back from Stuttgart to Munich in the dark, which slightly contributed to my decision to, at least it's people in it 10 o'clock at night, slightly contributed to my decision to not record it. I just thought, well, it's just, you know, we'll do all of these roads, we'll cover all of these roads anyway at some point. I just thought there's no point in me showing absolutely every journey that I do, because there's so much stuff to deliver, it's crazy. Crazy. Okay, so I've taken the Wii notifications off, so I'm just going to switch to controller for a second. I just find it easier to do this sort of stuff without the wheel, plus it gives me control of the camera a bit more easily as well. I did take these guidelines and things off at one point. I forget why. There was something, well, I suppose the good thing about having them is it helps you to figure out distance, because you want to be as far away as you can get away with, to be honest. That'll do. Have to get back in. From there we will do this, because you know, and we'll also do that, because it's really annoying. Right, jump out, go to the office. I have got rid of the notifications. Delivery of dog food to Brutto discount Nuremberg. Excellent. So let's open the jobbies. There we go. One of those should magically disappear. Still got a bit of, there we go. Distance 0, that's a bit weird. Price 4381. I've noticed some funny things about the distance markers. They're a little bit odd. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Ooh, 2% damage, that's not good, is it? Still, we got 476 reputation. That's not too bad. And still got 4,293 euros, which is not too bad either. Let's hope we don't get any more damage. I hadn't realised we got 2%. It's not, oh yeah, I suppose it's slightly emptier. But we've still got this controller drift when you're out the truck. It's a bit weird. And I don't really get, because it doesn't do it when you're in, which is a bit of a relief, because you don't want your truck drifting, do you? But yeah, it's a bit odd. Okay, so we've got start, ignition, lights still on, tachograph presumably still running. We've got 3 hours 59 minutes driving time. Let's go. It's me, Yama. Okay, let's have it. Doesn't seem to be any restriction. I normally go left and go around, but there doesn't seem to be anything to stop me just going straight up, to be honest. I've noticed this. You see that car there? Sometimes stationary vehicle spawning leaves a little to be desired. I had to be very careful taking the thumbnail for my last video, because I decided to leave it until I got back to the depot. There are no lights, so that's okay. Yeah, I left it till we got back to the depot, so I get a nice picture of my truck outside my depot. And there was a car spawned on its side at a funny angle, in the middle of my depot, which I thought was a little bit weird because it shouldn't have been there. Not to mention the fact it shouldn't have been on its side at a funny angle. So yeah, and there's actually a car park, sort of multi-story car park next. I'm assuming we're going straight on. Yeah, or I'm assuming we're going the right-hand lane to go straight on. Is what I meant to say. Yeah, they're ooh, can we get away with it? Yes. Oh, that's nice. Look at the sun. No, not sunrise, is it? Sunset through the trees. That's quite cool. Yeah, there's a multi-story car park. There were a load of vehicles sitting on the top of it. Some of them were actually sitting on the top of it, lying down, upside down. One of them was, I think, just in front of it on its side. So yeah, vehicle placement for stationary vehicles can be a little bit hit and miss, it seems. This is quite pretty. It's dark again, so apologies for that. I guess it will happen. But yeah, so no clue how long this is going to take. And I'm afraid it is all going to be through the night, as they say. Depending on how long it takes, of course, we could always rest, actually, to be fair. Going straight on, braking hard. Oh, we missed it. Well, we'll stop here. We'll be all right. I'm not sure how we're going to know when the lights change, to be honest. Oh, I know how to know. We do that. We cheat. Sorry. And then immediately turn just a little bit to the left. And we'll wait until that's gone green, because otherwise we'll probably get caught by the camera. It's funny, I felt like I wasn't having any issues with speeding, hitting things, red lights, nothing. I suppose it's one of those things. The more you drive, the more you come across these sort of incidents that can happen. Whoa, like that. Luckily, that one didn't get held against me, given that it was his fault. But yeah, they do swing out quite a lot, those semi-trailers, which we'll have to be very careful of when we pick up ours, because we do have one sitting for us in Munich. I need to go figure out how to get it at some point and bring it back to the depot, because as I said last time, it appears to be somewhere else in Munich, and I'm not 100% sure we get there. Maybe we can sort of jump to it from within the menu, or maybe I just have to walk and get it. I don't know. We'll figure that out next time we're at the depot. But yes, I mean, we'll end up at Kassel, whatever it's called, and then we'll see what pickups we can do from around there that maybe we can bring back to Munich, or maybe we'll end up doing something that'll take us back to Stuttgart. And then that didn't indicate for some reason. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll end up doing something that can take us back to Stuttgart, which would be quite good, and then we'll do that route from Stuttgart to Munich on video, and I'll do the bit from Kassel to Stuttgart not on video. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? Oh, sorry. Okay, so let's get the old cruise on. So I figured out, I think, that if you activate cruise, you cannot activate cruise control at 80 kilometers an hour. So if you want to use cruise control, you can only drive at the speed limit, or actually just under 79 is what it will set it at. You will find yourself speeding a little bit. If you're going downhill, you'll find yourself slowing down a little bit. It doesn't seem to regulate the power to keep your speed constant quite as effective as, frankly, every other cruise control I've ever used does. But, you know, it's fine. But yeah, it seems to be unable for you to actually drive at the speed limit. And I haven't tried using cruise control above the speed limit, to be fair, but I'm assuming it just wouldn't work, and it'd just take you back down to 78, 79 kind of territory. I'm not sure. Wow, this is very nice, isn't it? Nice sunset, late sunset, stars in the sky, a little bit of cloud. Lovely. Just break a little bit. Sorry, a little bit of a frog in the throat kind of thing going on. Just take it steady around the corners. But yeah, I'm quite enjoying this. It's very chilled. I quite like the whole, you know, figuring out a route and blah blah. I had a brief look through some of the menus, so we could probably think about hiring somebody. We have got 2 trucks, so we could probably think about, you know, hiring an employee. We then take on their burden of their wages, of course, but equally would help us to get some of the jobs done. with that 7 door. Or maybe we'll do a bit more and we'll build up a little bit, and then we'll. Because already we're, I forget what the finances were. About 20 something, I think. I can't remember. Definitely some sort of nighttime journeyman type music, don't we? Mind you, we're 15 minutes in, to be honest. I mean, if you can keep up, you can, you know, if you don't like my inane chatter. So let's see, where are we? So we just come, so okay, so we're about halfway to a fairly major junction where we join Route 7 or whatever that is, whatever they call them, Autobahn 7, which it looks like we then follow up pretty much all the way to Kassel, I don't know. It's quite a trek though, it's quite a route. I mean, we have already, of course, done one drop-off. By the way, note to self, something I also found out is that when you go in, and maybe I mentioned this last time, when you go in the menus, you do actually, and then come back out, it deactivates cruise control, so you have to reactivate it again. Now it's that, yeah, so it's dropped us back down to 79. So yeah, you cannot speed with the cruise control. It just won't let you. So I do need to keep a bit of an eye on where we are for time. Oops, sorry, I got distracted, someone came in. Actually as well, I've managed to move the cameras, but that's fine, we can reset, that's better. I do want to lower my seat a little bit. I kind of feel I'm a little bit higher than I perhaps want to be, but I'm not sure it actually seems to remember your seat position. I could be wrong, to be fair, I don't know, don't quote me on that. It's not criticism, I'm not 100% sure. And to be fair, I haven't touched it since I first got in the truck at the beginning when I very first started playing the game. Not that was that long ago, to be fair, but so yeah, so we're now going over 80 because it's got a little bit of downhill. Quite like save points. I mean, the way I saved the game to start, which as you see didn't work very well, and that might be why. Okay, so the way that I saved the game to be where I was, because that was where I wanted to start, was by getting out the truck. Because by getting out the truck, getting back in the truck, it activates a save. But I wonder if the fact of me getting out of the truck and then get back in again was what maybe when you get out the truck, it automatically removes your card, and so maybe that's why the card was no longer active. Which again, it saves you forgetting it, you know. So if you get out of the truck, clearly you're not on driving time. So maybe that's why. Lights don't do a lot. You get a lot more width with the main beam, but you don't get a lot more length. Frankfurt am Main and Hamburg, the way we are going, so it can't be that far away then from our right turn onto Route 7. Oh yeah, it looks like the exit's here, look, just as I said it. I didn't see the sign that said you're going to Kassel, but there you go. I'm going to brake just to take the cruise off. Hamburg, Stuttgart, München. So it looks like we follow signs to Hamburg then, because I guess Kassel's quite a small place, so probably won't be signposted. Okay, Hamburg and Hanover is the direction that we are taking. Oakley Dokes, probably don't need that on. I hope this is only single lane dual carriageway rather than two-way traffic, I'm assuming so. Still at 80, that car behind us doesn't seem in a tearing hurry, so there's no rush. Oh, I just caught the moon at the top left, sorry you've missed it if you didn't see it. You'll have to go back. There we go, let's put the pedal to the metal. That was slightly short notice that I can't speak. So it was slightly short notice that lane was ending, but there you go. As is this one. Luckily it's quiet. It's quite cool, isn't it, really? You get a tiny little bit more length, I guess, out of the cab, but not a lot. And I have to say, I don't like being out of the cab. I much prefer being in the cab. In a game like this, it's way more natural. Lovely stars out. It's a nice evening, actually. Not a bad evening for a drive. Right, so I could, see if I can do this without completely messing up. Let's put that on for a second and see. There we go. Right, so we've got 2 hours 17 to sleep. See, again, distance to destination is again, it's 0 kilometers, which is a bit weird. It's just after midnight and there's still that much light in the sky. Really? Okay, that's a bit odd. I'm not doing a very good job of sticking to my lane, am I? But yeah, so I think only once, maybe twice so far, that distance to destination counter has actually worked, which is a little bit, it's not very good, is it really? I think it's quite a new feature. I think it only came in last update or the one before, so maybe they're working on a fix if it's a bit buggy. Yeah, we got 2 hours and 11 minutes to our sleep time. I'm not sure we're going to make it, to be honest. I think we might need to rest before our sleep time. And we'll also actually have a quick look in a minute, see how we're doing, because we're 21 minutes in. I think we've got quite a drive to do before we get there. So maybe what I'll do is I'll shut up talking. I'll keep recording, but I'll shut up talking, and then we'll do a bit of a, we can time lapse it as is necessary. Whoa, sorry, Bussy. So what I might do is we'll pause it for a second because it'll allow me to change recording without break, which is better because then it means otherwise you'll get a jump, or I'll have to search through for ages until I find out where eventually I'll stop talking. It just makes the editing a lot easier if I've got a natural break in footage where I can say, right, this is time lapse now. Sorry. It's just easier. Otherwise I spend hours doing editing and it drives me nuts. Right, so we've got 2 hours. So it's 1 hour 59. So what's time equivalent to 1 hour 58? Okay, so a minute is about 6 seconds. So roughly times 10 speed. So that 2 hours is going to be about 12 minutes. Yeah, we're not going to get there. We're absolutely not going to get there before we need to sleep. Okay, fine. So let's do this then. Let's have a short time lapse and then we'll have a sleep. And in the meantime, actually what we can do, I'm going to take the cruise off, so I'll slow down a little bit, just get a bit of control back. Let's have a quick look at the map. Right, so where are we? Actually, we're not doing too badly. I don't think we'll make it in 12 minutes. But we aren't doing too badly. Oh, what's this? Oh, of course, I got an email from Bruto. So what's our liquidity? 26 grand. That's not bad, is it? Oh, hang on. Sorry, I was supposed to stop recording. I'll catch you later. That didn't work, did it? Nope. Okay, that should be right. That's weird. Why did I get another penalty for that? Oh well. Odd. Anyway, as you can see, I suddenly ran out of time, and I knew I wasn't going to drive much longer. I still managed to get a penalty anyway. I'm not sure why, but it was a rather inconvenient time because I had nowhere to stop. But I've looked at the map, and this will cause us a slight diversion, but nothing major. Actually, we're not that far away, so at least we'll get a little bit daylight drive in as well. You see, and all of a sudden it says, oh yeah, distance, destination, 350 kilometers. I'm kind of hoping that's wrong. It better be. It looked like there was going to be a fairly easy way for us to get back on track. Grief. But yeah, the slight bizarre thing is that all the traffic stopped behind me and sat there for 9 hours while I had a little nap, which is a bit weird. I've noticed there's a few oddities about traffic. People will sit in a massive queue behind you quite happily without bothering to overtake, despite the fact that there's a completely empty, at least one lane to the left where they could overtake you, until there's 3 lanes, and then they'll sit in the lane that they were in if you pull over to the inside lane. It's a bit odd. But anyway, it does look a bit weird. I hope it's not really going to take us 345 kilometers to get there. Surely not. Please not. Oh wow, really? Oh, you are kidding me, right? There's no way to turn around other than go all the way to Dortmund and back. You're joking. Wow, that's a badly managed road system if ever there was one. Okay. Well, that didn't quite work out, did it? Right. We've already had one long time lapse, so I might just do this bit by myself in that case, given that I've seen that's a bit silly. So for purposes of reasonable realism, I suddenly had to stop because it wasn't going to let me drive any longer. Because actually what happens is if you drive over your time for too long, basically the truck stops. So I had to find somewhere to pull over. The only place I could pull over was a slip road, which apparently is now taking me on a 340 kilometre diversion to Dortmund and back, which is a bit daft, because there was just no, I suppose if I'd have planned it better, I could have tried to spot where there was a truck stop. So there's a learning. So right, I'll take a little excursion to Dortmund. I mean, it looks nice. Actually, you know what, while we're in Dortmund, I might as well pick something up. Maybe there's something in Dortmund that needs to go back to Munich or to Nuremberg or to Stuttgart or somewhere that we can go on the way back. And anyway, we get to see another bit of the country, and at least it's daylight. So I'll do that. I'll get to Dortmund, which probably won't take that long, especially if I keep going at 19 speed. Yeah, I'll see you in a little bit. So, yeah. So here's what we did. I'm now in, where are we, Dortmund? And I realised as we were driving to Dortmund that what I should do, it'd be pointless to make the trip and not get something out of it. So, we have come to here. Oh no, hang on. We've come, hang on, hang on. Oh right, yes. So hang on, this is confusing. We have come to this place we are currently in. Oh, it takes a lot to scroll. And, sorry. So we're here at the pet shop company, and we have picked up some dog food to take to Brutto Discount in Nuremberg. We have also arranged that when we get to Truck Service Castle, where we have to deliver our original lot of headlights, that we will pick up some more headlights, and we will take those to Munich. So, slightly complicatedly, we missed Castle, just to recap, for me as much as anything else, and we had to go to Dortmund. So in Dortmund, we've arranged another pickup of dog food, which I've just picked up, I did that off screen, to take to Nuremberg after we've been to Castle to drop off the original headlights and pick up a further lot of headlights, which will then all go back to Munich. It's all very complicated, but actually does mean that I did have to cancel one at some point because I suddenly realised I was going to be overweight and I wasn't sure what would happen. Why did I have a notification on here? Is it just because I've gone up a level? Does that give us more options or something? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We have an available slot and I need to go up a couple more levels to get... Because actually when we get back to Munich, what we'll do is we'll move over to the semi and we should get going. Yeah, we'll move up, we'll swap over to the semi. And insert card, change mode, accept, okay. And we'll just have a little bit of light. Yeah, and then we'll see what we can do with that, because we've got a semi and a cattle trailery thing, so, you know, we could do that. I don't appear to have anything on the map. Oh, maybe that's just because of where I am. Let's see. Oh, here we go, look, yeah, it's because we're sort of off the grid a little bit. No, I've gone, oh no, I haven't, no, right. I was going to say I've gone the wrong way, but no, I haven't. The line's in the wrong place, that's a bit weird. Anyway, here we go, right? Yeah, so I just thought I'd do a little bit of us here. We've had a little bit of the old time-elapse thing and a little bit of a cut, but it's going to be a long video if I'm not careful, so I thought we'd do a little bit here and then we'll get back and we'll do our original drop-off at Kassel. It's quite a nice little road actually from here to Kassel. I just thought I'd do a little bit of this and then I'll drive to Kassel. We'll do the drop-off there and then we'll continue in the next video doing the trip back to Nuremberg and back down to Munich. Because actually I quite like this. This is kind of fun, the whole, oh, hang on, we've ended up in the wrong place, but actually what can we pick up while we're here? How are we doing for fuel? We're all right. Plenty, not even half a tank. Crikey. That's good. It's very nice. It's very different. It feels very different. The old environment, which is quite cool. Got a bit of a junction up here. We're going straight on, and then hanging a left. Yeah, we come through a bit of a rainstorm to get here, but it's nice and sunny now. Nice to do a little bit of daylight, but it's already 5:10 in the afternoon. Now that 192 kilometres, I don't know if that's our final destination in our current itinerary, as in all the way back to Munich, so we'll try and keep an eye on that. We'll see where we're at when we get to Nuremberg. Sorry, Kassel. Kassel's next stop. And then next video we'll do the trip from from Kassel to Nuremberg to Munich. I thought it'd be quite fun. There were a few options. I'm denied about going by Stuttgart and all sorts, but no, I landed with that in the end. Yeah, I'm having to think quite carefully about weight, and so I'm umming and ahhing about whether we get a trailer. There's a couple of options for trailers to hook to this. One being a sort of drawbar, solid drawbar, one being a sort of A-frame axle unit. Now the A-frame axle unit, of course, would be an absolute nightmare to manoeuvre, so probably go for the rigid for preference. Did manage to confirm, I can't remember if I said this already, that yeah, definitely can't do. I love the shadows going across the windscreen, across the steering wheel. How cool is that? Yeah, definitely can't speed with cruise on. That much I now confirmed. Soon, so if I'm going well over the speed limit and put cruise on, you just drop back down to 79. So that's a definite. And I messed that one up. It's quite tricky actually activating cruise. I suppose the best thing to do is probably to go over 80. Release and then just press the button and it will just drop us back down to 79. Yeah, and there was something, oh no, and I forgot what it was. There was something in the time lapse that I was going to mention. Something weird happened. It was another truck doing something daft. I can't, oh, why is the cruise not working? Cruise control's not working, why not? That's odd. Let's try that again. yeah, some quite twisty roads actually. I hope they come out all right in the time lapse when it's all edited up. Okay, that's better. A little bit slow, but it's better. But yeah, it was quite a nice run over here, even if it was in the rain. Oh, look, crops in the field there. It's quite nice. Slightly different finish on the road. Gets a bit of variety as to where we are and just a different feel of the place. Just to give that different geographical feel. So it's what, 25 to 6. We've got 5.5 hours of travel time left. So I'm not sure we're going to do all this route in one go. If depending on what time is when we get to Kassel, I might sleep at Kassel because that should be quite good to try and get in the habit of sleeping during the night. So I'm driving more during the day. I've been doing a lot of driving during the night at the moment, which is probably not great from a video perspective. Quite apart from Notyetdead's syncopation with daylight hours and normal sleep patterns. But yeah, so it'd be quite good to try and do that. I'm now thinking, how long can this video be? I've not really sat and figured out how much I've recorded and taken into account time lapsing and everything else. I kind of need to do that, but it's fine. Just thought, so I'll do a little bit of this, and then once we perhaps get towards Kassel, I'll pick up with you again. That final run in. It's not far, actually. I was surprised, to be fair, how long it didn't take, actually. So it do. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Hang on. Which one's what? All right, yeah. Here we go. Yeah, because I mean we've already done that section. Look. Got about 2 or 3 times that. Okay, fine. Sorry, wrong one. Right, cruise control's deactivated, so let's put the pedal to the metal for a minute. Gets back up some speed. Let go, activate cruise control, done. Good. Easy, tank, easy. Whew, shan't need to see you for a wee while anyway. Good job, really, the 1200 or what. I tell you what, the current route we've got is going to earn us, was it, I'm trying to think, 17 grand or, no, more than that, maybe, I can't remember off the top of my head. We could have a look, but I've just been in this grid, I've just been in the menu, let's not do it again. Right, hang on, what we can do though, let's get rid of that. The whole thing about the lanes, I mentioned this earlier, it's a bit weird. Right, so there's a whole load of trucks behind me, and a whole load of vehicles, all in a really long line behind me. No one daring to overtake me. There's one just creeping up on the inside, almost like I'm a police car, you know. Ooh, if I just go just fast enough to overtake you won't notice me, kind of thing. But as soon as if this comes into 3 lanes, and now and again it does, you sort of get a crawler lane on the right hand side, and I'll pull into that, and then all the ones that are currently in this lane will stay in this lane and then overtake me. It's all really weird. Sort of middle lane hoggers that don't want to drive in the fast lane. Kind of people that drive you nuts, you know. But I'm getting used to, I shouldn't speak too soon because it's bound to go wrong. I'm kind of getting used to, as you would in real life really, but I suppose it's not how you normally drive in computer games, unless you do an awful lot of racing and that's your specialty. Getting used to, you know, looking right ahead instead of immediately at the dash and the road immediately in front of the truck, and looking well ahead so I plan for corners and things a bit better. So hopefully that means I shall be slightly better at staying in lane. But you know, just doing that, for example, just getting the habit of putting the brakes on, lifting to activate cruise, fairly easy left, probably drifting over the white line a little bit, but I'm not so worried about that. Yeah, it was kind of weird that the bus just sat behind me when I slept, and he was there all night, all 9 hours. Yeah, I need to think. So I need to plan better my rest stops, because it was really unfortunate being caught out completely with nowhere to rest up. But God, time flies actually when you're playing this game. I can't believe I've been recording for about 11.5 minutes, 12 minutes already. So, on that, in view of trying to keep these to a reasonable level, I'll leave you, and I'll catch up with you again when we hit what was our original destination at Castle. See you there. Right, so we just merged into a single lane, so there's a slightly sort of circuitous kind of route we have to take, but we're on the approach to Cassel. Judging by the 27.6 kilometres remaining, I think that must be there must be distance to first drop-off, clearly not final, given that final includes a stop at Nuremberg and Munich. So just need to keep an eye, assuming that this is Cassel Autohof. Assuming for now at least means that we keep in this lane. That does look like we are coming off. So Cassel and the Easy Tank in the same exit. So we're coming off here. Slow down a little bit. There we go. And so this is first journey's end, at least, finally. Looks like we're going this way, yep, Cassel. You'll have noticed, actually, during the time lapse earlier, that I'm afraid to say I was having to flash my lights quite a lot to get full beam so that I could read the signs. So the overhead gantry signs on the motorways, you can't really see them with dipped beam. So I was using those to try and figure it's quite. All right, you wouldn't do that really on a road, but frankly they'd be better illuminated in real life. But it's quite nice actually, because then it means I was reading the signs and figuring out where I needed to be and so on and so forth, which was quite satisfying, so that I knew which lane I needed to be in. Although actually, interestingly, and I've also noticed that the sat nav does actually show you, and actually we don't really need it on, do we? The sat-nav does actually show you pretty clearly, even on the smaller display on the dash, there's a slightly weird sunlight reflection on the edge of the traffic lights, which is a bit off-putting. It does actually show you which lane you need to be in, which is actually quite cool. So that's quite useful too. Here we are in Cassel, and finally. Finally, we're here. Not sure that shadow from that crane is quite accurate, but still. Right, so going left at the next junction. Oh, and of course, the lights change before we get there. Still gives me a chance to have a wee drink from my flask. That was a lovely, fairly quick and fairly uneventful drive from Dortmund, but very pleasant indeed. Rather nice afternoon sun. It's definitely coming up on a good time to take our sleep time, I think. So I think we'll do that. Right, got to wait for the left filter. Interesting. Actually, while we're doing that, I know I've just taken it off, but 3 hours and 22 minutes, and it's 7:45 in the evening. So yeah, definitely. We'll have our nap here in Cassel before we start our return journey to Munich via Nuremberg, I suppose is the best way to put it. And maybe while we're there, we'll see if we can pick up at something else from Munich to really try and keep the truck reasonably full. Because here, of course, we have a drop-off and a pick-up, which is pretty cool. Having taken the notifications off, and it's the same place, having taken the notifications off, I'm not sure what we do first. I'm assuming that I don't know, I'd be interested to see what happens, I guess. I was banking on about 5 minutes of this, because it's going to be quite a long video again. But it might be a little bit over that. It's always quite difficult to judge, roughly how long. But it's the first time in Cassel, so I thought we'd shove it. That's the flyover that we just came over there on the left-hand side. That's pretty cool. That we just drove across that. Hang going? Nope, we need to be in this lane. So you see, even at the lights, actually, it does show you sort of, it filters you off left or right depending on which lane you want to be in from a direction perspective. Oh, lights have come on. Night time's coming in. There's a sign for Bruto, everyone's favourite supermarket. Come on, lights. There's a heck of a lot sitting around at traffic lights. Try and figure out manual gears, actually. See if I can do that. That'd be quite fun. Right, hopefully it's not... Oh, and here comes the rain again. Very good song. So let's do that. That'll do. Just first one. A little evening rainstorm. As the last bits of the sunlight start to fade away and night comes along with the dark clouds. It sure is very atmospheric. I'll certainly say that much for it. Actually, I've got to say, I'm kind of enjoying this. And once it's interesting that, you know, starting to get to grips with the logistics, the whole logistics angle of, okay, how much weight can I take? Where have I got to go? Where do I want to get to next? You could just keep driving around. You could never have to return to base if you didn't want to. The only reason I wanted to get back to Munich was because that was, you know, actually I thought it'd be quite fun to switch over to the tractor unit. And we've got our animal trailer. So we could see what we can do about some animal deliveries. Or pickups, whatever. Of course it's raining just as I get to where I need to be. Isn't that just typical? I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Right, see if we can do this by mirrors alone. Feels about right. And I'm thinking not, because I'm nowhere near within the lines. That's better. Hopefully, he says optimistically. Handbrake on. Right. Yep, it's raining. Mind you, technically I need to get the office first, don't I? So, delivery of headlights for Truck Service Kassel and pickup of headlights for Truck Service Kassel. Okie dokie. Open one door. There we go. So, delivery of one headlights, price reduction for 2% damage. That was yonks ago. But we still made €10,601, so that's okay. And we got a pickup of headlights as well. Nice. Close that door. I spoke to them in the office. They said it was fine for me to stay here overnight. They've no issues with that. And there we go, folks. Let's get back in, because boy is it wet out there. Right. Oh, pardon me, excuse me. Right. So next is our delivery of our dog food to Bruto Discount Nuremberg. So that's going to pay us €7,404, but then we have our delivery of our headlights back down to Munich will pay us another 17,000. So it's over 25,000. We want to thank you for your cooperation. Summary of finished job follows below, blah, blah. Yeah, so this is why I had to cancel that and got charged €1,710 because I realised I was going to be overweight. and I'm not sure what happens like that. So, fine, good, and yeah, liquidity 35,000, and we're about to make, what did I just say? Another 25,000 or so. Lovely. Just want to look at start getting some employees and stuff. Yeah, 35,000. That's all right, isn't it? Right, well there you go, folks. I hope you've enjoyed that. I'm actually really enjoying this game. I say the logistics angle of it is kind of fun. Let's see, actually, what are we? 3,200 and 3,500. So we're 60, yeah, so we don't have capacity to take anything else on from here, but that's fine. But by the time we get to Nuremberg, we'll be able to pick up another 3,500 kilos worth of stuff if we want to, and I realised it says here. So that's good to know. But yeah, anyway, sorry. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. I say I'm really, really enjoying this. It's really, actually really good fun. So here we are. This is our next route. Here I am, not yet in Kassel. We've got to come all the way down to Nuremberg. We'll see what we can pick up from there. Maybe there's something else we can then take down to Munich. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, likes and subscriptions are very... Look at that handsome chap. Looks nothing like me. Likes and subscriptions are very much appreciated. And yeah, I'm going to take a nice nap now. So I hope to see you next time. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. And I'll see you then. Bye for now.